Govinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur-Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Sivatma, Govinda, Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna devotees, Sadhanvat pranams to all. We welcome all of you for the today's morning program, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. And today we are fortunate to have His Grace Sivatma Govinda Prabhu, and Prabhu will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 26th chapter, verse 17. Over to you, Prabhu ji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jayo Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jayo Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jayo Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jam Udirayat Nastapthaya Shubhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna. I welcome you all for today's discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, chapter 26 and text 17th. Ramatru Naranatana Janimas Tvatpriyaya Dvyavasayati Bhutale Nirvastre Shayanam Pashya Shatruhan. So, translation by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All the women address the king, O master of the citizens. We do not know why your dear wife has taken on this sort of existence. O killer of enemies, kindly look. She is lying on the ground without bedding. We cannot understand why she is acting this way. So, purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. When a person is devoid of devotional service or Vishnu Bhakti, he takes to many sinful activities. King Puranjana left home, neglected his own wife, and engaged himself in killing animals. This is the position of all materialistic men. They do not care for a married chaste wife. They take the wife only as an instrument for sense enjoyment, not as a means for devotional service. To have unrestricted sex life, the karmis work very hard. They have concluded that the best course is to have sex with any woman and simply pay the price for her as though she were a mercantile commodity. Thus, they engage their energy in working very hard for such metal acquisitions. Such materialistic people have lost their good intelligence. They must search out their intelligence within the heart. A person who does not have a chaste wife accepted by religious principles always has a bewildered intelligence. The wife of King Puranjana was lying on the ground because she was neglected by her husband. Actually, the woman must always be protected by her husband. We always speak of the good goddess of fortune as being placed on the chest of Narayana. In other words, the wife must remain embraced by her husband. Thus, she becomes beloved and well protected. Just as one saves his money and places it under his own personal protection, one should similarly protect his wife by his own personal supervision. Just as intelligence is always within the heart, so a beloved chaste wife should always have her place on the chest of a good husband. This is the proper relationship between husband and wife. A wife is therefore called Ardhangini, or half of the body. One cannot remain with only one leg, one hand, or only one side of the body. He must have two sides. Similarly, according to nature's way, husband and wife should live together in the lower species of life among birds and animals. It is seen that by nature's arrangement, the husband and wife live together. It is similarly ideal in human life for the husband and wife to live together. The home should be a place for devotional service, and the wife should be chaste and accepted by ritualistic ceremony. In this way, one can become at home, happy at home. Wow. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namaste Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Yara Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutidevi Kadamami Hari Vishnu. So here we, in today's shloka, the text speaks about Puranjana's another activity, daily activity. The story of Puranjana relates so much in our present material lives that this story was narrated a few centuries back, but still so much relevant, and it is so much factual even today, isn't it? Indians few years back referring this kind of lifestyle, saying that it is in the Western countries and it is like this and so many things. But we are so much fortunate to experience this kind of life, same in life in our existing now, right now, isn't it? So in today's text, we can understand that women of the king in the palace were answering. They understood the anxiety of the Puranjana, and he was searching and inquiring whereabouts of the his wife Puranjani. So that time, these women were answering to their question. So where he was searching for her wife, his wife. So this chapter begins with his daily routine of going for hunting, leaving his wife alone, and again searching for her when in need. This is the mind of an ordinary Guruhasta, not Guruhasta, Guruhamedi, I can say. So when he has a full authority of a king and everything on his command, if uncontrolled, his mind starts controlling him, driving him for sense enjoyment. So this is the logic I just understood. If there is no uncontrolled mind, then the mind will control and it will drive a person to for the looking for the sense enjoyment. But Grihastha life is not meant for this kind of life. From Srila Prabhupada's purport of this verse, you can understand very important aspect of our life, the Grihastha phase of our life, how it should be happy life actually. And he gives so many points on that, like how to take how the wife should be placed. Like there's an analogy mentioned in this purport here, that one-sided cannot lead the life. It's very important. Like he mentions also Ardhangini. So half only portion will not work. The life cannot be like that. It is like what is recommended in devotional life, Grihastha life. So both partners are important as two wheels for the cart. It cannot succeed. The cart cannot succeed in without the wheel to reach the destination. So the destination is Goloka. So Grihastha life has to be like a car, two wheels, and partners will be like the wheels of the cart. So for both the partners should be supportive. Just one wheel will not work. This is very important, and this seems sometimes impractical in our lives. So that's because of two people from different backgrounds, different thoughts of schools, and different families coming together and to serve the Lord, to please the Lord as a Grihastha. This is where we need guidance from seniors or from experienced or realized people, or at least in the Shastra. I had an opportunity to hear an instructive words and interesting points on this Grihastha life during a class in a Vaishnava marriage. So that ceremony was going on, and after the marriage, there was an instructive class on this. So there it was mentioned. So I would like to share those points here, how the husband wife can be happy and to have a sweet home in devotional life. We all have know how the importance of samskaras in our lives. There are so many samskaras which are very important to be performed, and one of them is Annaprashna ceremony or samskara, and so many things just like that, Namakarna, Vidyabhyasa, like this. So one of that samskara is Vivaha samskara too. So all these samskaras will be done around one central personality. Like during Vivaha samskara, there will be two, one hero and heroine. So there, all the people come together and invoke the blessings of the Lord, praise for the couple, and the hero and heroine of that ceremony, the samskara, will be blessed from the prayers of the many people, many Vaishnavas. So, but after a few days, some possibilities are there. The expectation of this group of devotees coming, praying for them for being a happy life, there will be some disturbance, if possible, because of, as I mentioned, because of from the different thoughts of schools and different family backgrounds. They come together, and there will be definitely some misunderstanding or disturbance, what we are seeing, just like in Puranjana's case in today's text. So what should be like this? So how do we come out from this kind of thing? So for a role model Grihastha couple, we need proper understanding of what is this ashram. So regarding this Grihastha ashram, we know all that there are four phases of human life based on age. So the first is 1 to 25 years, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and 75 to 100, where the ashramas recommended is brahmacharya for 1 to 25, and 25 to 50, the Grihastha phase, and 50 to 75, vanaprastha, and 75 and above, and more than 100, if possible, sannyasa. So for each section of life, each phase, we have a important highlighting formula, words, two words for each phase. I would like to share that. So this is first phase of 25 years is called learn and grow. The second phase is engage and earn. So third phase of 25 years is detach and attach. Last 25 years will be pray and prepare. So what is this learn and grow in the first phase? We'll usually understand like this, like we will be learning, going to the school, and with the friends and others, and also we grow along with them. So this is learn and grow. No, actually, Shastra says in a different way. This is a mundane view, like just going to the school and growing with the people and growing bodily also. So this is not actually the mean. Actually, the first phase is very important. Like even Prahlad Maharaj says, real learning is Bhagavad Dharma from the age of 5 itself. So there is a shloka, Kaumara Acharit Prajno. So from this, you can understand how much important is the understanding of the Bhagavad Dharma. From the age of 5 itself, we should understand the Bhagavad Dharma. So what is this Bhagavad Dharma means? So it is the understanding the relationship between the Lord and the Jiva, unconditional relationship, pure loving, unconditional devotional service to them, to the Lord. That is actually Bhagavad Dharma. And in fact, this whole Bhagavatam speaks about this actually. Even the story what we are discussing, Puranjanas, that is also a part of that. There is loving how to become a devotional grihastha, devoted grihastha life, how to be lead. So this Yudhishthira Maharaj has been explained here, Narada Muni. So that's how this entire Bhagavatam is all about. Even Dhruva Maharaj and the Lord discussing about the relationships and their love and affection and devotional life of that. And even Prahlad Maharaj and the Lord, how so much carefully the Lord is speaking to Prahlad Maharaj. And there is one more very important when we see the relationship like Gajendra and the Lord, how the relationship is, and Vrajavasis and the Lord, how their relationships and their devotional life. Then all this speaks about pure, unconditional devotional service and service attitude. So this is what we have to learn in this phase of life. So grow. So what is grow? Grow in maturity. What is this maturity means? Free from dualities. Not to be disturbed by any dualities, and keeping our mind focused on the lotus feet of the Lord. This is what it means, the maturity in growth, like free from dualities. So dualities means like in Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned like Shutoshna, like this, and other things like Man, Apaman, Sukha Dukkha, etc. So in our lives, sometimes there will be the cooking is being done with excess salt or less salt or something differently. So we usually choke on that and cry for that. So this is not right, that is not right. This will happen actually in many of our cases. So what is those simple thing, like we make a small mole into a mountain. So because of this we distracts from the service and from the Krishna himself. So this dualities has to be come out. So simple things has to be neglected, and that's so we can succeed. This is a maturity. And grow in maturity means tolerate the dualities also. So Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 14th verse, like so sometimes dishonor and honor. And the example we can understand from Jada Bharata, he gone through so many hurdles, and he was actually the deaf and he was also dumb also. So because of this, he was put aside by his brothers. He was not treated properly, and in fact, the brothers were feeding him with the burnt rice and not proper cooked, uncooked, sometimes half cooked, or which is not properly cooked rice for Jada Bharata. But everything was tolerated by him. So But his father was pampering him as his son. So he was taken care by pampering by the father, but troubled by the brothers. So it is something like cold water in winter and hot water in summer. So cold water is so soothing in winter, but same cold water is so troublesome in in the hot summer. It is very soothing, but in winter, same cold water will have a difficulty. In the same way, hot water in winter will be soothing, and hot water will be very troublesome in summer, isn't it? So both has to be tolerated. So Jadabharata, one more situation where he was caught by tribals, some terrorists and some dacoits. So he was taken, and in the beginning he was given a nice fresh clothes and a garland, food, fruits. He was honored so much, and he was taken care, and he was given a lot of sukha for him. But he was taken to a arena where they were about to give him the sacrifice for the Lord, Kali Devi, for the sacrifice. So it is again a dukkha for him. But in both the situations, when he was fed proper food and when he was taken to the sacrifice, both situations, Jadabharata was equipoised, in equal position, and he was totally focused on the Lord. And one more situation where Jadabharata was asked to carry the palanquin of the king, and that time also he was been dishonored because he was not able to carry the palanquin on his shoulder, because he was trying to move and save the ants on the floor, and he was just holding and was going in a different zigzag direction, and it was disturbance for the king, and he was spoken very harsh words with him, was dishonored actually. But after the king comes to know what is the position of the Jadabharata, and they started discussing, and he was honored actually. The same king who was dishonoring him, abusing him with words, bad words, but later when he understands Jadabharata, and he was honored. So, but in both the situations, dishonor and honor, Jadabharata was equally minded. He was balanced and focused on the Lord's lotus feet. So in all the three sections, all the three varieties like sukha, dukkha, honor, dishonor, cold, hot, on all the situations Jadabharata gone through, and in all the situations he was like focused on Lord's lotus feet, not disturbed with any distractions or with others or situations. Just like Vyavasatmika Buddhi, Eki Kuru Nandana, he was totally focused on the lotus feet of the Lord, not affected by any surroundings, keeping intelligence on the lotus feet, totally focused. So Eki Kuru Nandana. So this is what the supposed to be learned. So keeping away from the dualities. Earlier, kids were trained like they were sending boys to the Gurukul, and there boys will learn shloka recitation, then worship, the deity worship, and they were also doing menial services, cleaning. They will also learn surrenderness, submissiveness, etc. In the same way, the girls will be taken care by the parents at home, teaching them like how to do the again puja, worship, cleaning, cooking, taking care of the people, respecting elders, so many things. So this is how the kids were taken care. So this is where we should, from this learning and this how the kids has to be grown up to 25 years. So this is a culture. So they will understand each other, and they will be maturity and Bhagavata Dharma, everything will be taught there. And that's how this first phase of our life, the section of our life, 25 years, is to be supposed to be. So this is the Shastra says like that. So next 25 years, the word is engage and earn. What does this mean, engage and earn? So we engage because we are reached 25 years, and now we get engaged in a family for the marriage. And so because we got engaged, we have to earn. So this is actually again a mundane understanding. So engage is not just for the earning money. Engage means, so this is a general understanding, but as per Shastra, engage in devotional service with wife, Dharmapatni. Together, the devotional service has to be executed. This is engage. Engaging the partner or the spouse in the service of the Lord, in the pleasing service of the Lord. So this is supposed to be the engage. So even we have seen many times that during the yajna is performed, it is not performed by just the husband. They'll be called, the pujari will be called, like the pujar also will let you know that even both husband and wife should sit for the yajna. Then only the performance of this yajna will be successful. So, and so both should be important. Husband share spiritual activities along with the wife. So this is what the reason is, and so much important, that is engaging both the people in the devotional service. So even in the today's context, today's text, Prabhupada refers as Ardhangini. So whenever this word comes, I just remember Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, how they were different, but they look always like one unit. Ardhanareshwara, that's what I heard. So sometimes engaging, sometimes it happens that whenever there is some program has to be arranged, or program has to be set up, or a satsang program has to be done, the husband will take a call sometimes, but sometimes he goes to the wife and asks that this kind of plan is there, can we do it? So because it's a home program involves so many things like decoration, like puja, altar, cooking, cleaning, and preaching material, so many things. So actually this is how the Grihastha life should be. The home always should be vibrant with devotional services from both engaged in this, both husband and wife. And for such things, it is not just one person the husband will be doing, so wife will be involved in that. So both has to be discussed, and that's so the husband will go to the wife and ask for the planning, and then they execute the devotional service together. This is engage. Even we have seen this kind of Grihastha in our ISKCON, many successful lives, isn't it? There's so much, so many senior Grihastha lives we have seen, and we are seeing also witnessing it. So both husband and wife working, serving together. So by engaging, what is that? We are to earn. Earn means bhakti. So bhakti sukriti. So when bhakti sukriti means for devotional life, so bhakti sukriti will be earned. So there are two things. One is papa and punya. So at the time of death, this will be come out. But along with this, there will be one more special for the Vaishnavas is bhakti sukriti. So third one. So what is this punya and papa is always like, nothing fixed, or nothing is growth will be there or decline will be there. Nothing steady or all constant. So this punya dries up quickly. Even again, once it is punya is over, we have to come back to this material world again. Of course, experiencing punya also is a material, but once it is done, down to earth from the higher planetary systems. So punya. Even papa also, when you go to the lower planets, then once it comes to zero, again we will come back to this world. So both papa and punya are not constant. They always varies. There is no fixed. There is no. It's always depreciated, whether it is punya or pap. So both accounts are depreciable. But bhakti sukriti is not deletable or not depletable. So it cannot be deleted, but papa and punya can be deleted. After once it account is closed, the mathematics, it's over, then it is deleted. But whereas in bhakti sukriti, it always will be constantly fixed, like a fixed deposit. It never becomes zero, or it remains as it is, undepletable and undeletable account. And that accounts can be accessed only by Krishna. Accumulating bhakti sukriti, and that can be accessed by Krishna only, because bhakti sukriti is acquired or received whatever the activity is done related to Krishna. Always it should be connected to Krishna, and what and all is connected to Krishna, bhakti sukriti is given. So choice is ours. So what we need, bhakti sukriti or papa or punya. So this is engaged on. So next phase is detach and attach. So so we are earning, and because we are earning, we have to that business has to be, because now next third 25 years means like above, after 50 years, so the person will be earning, is in a business to take care of the family, and that is not enough. So he will attach to another business. So detach from one business to another business, or he's earning from a company and he will detach from there, and to earn more, he will attach to another job. So that is called as detach and attach in mundane understanding. Actually, detach from material and attach to spiritual activities is what it means, detach and attach. So detaching from the material and attached to the spiritual activities, because it is almost like a 50 plus phase, that age, that time, the Grihastha life. So usually at that time, the children will be around youth, 18, 20, 20, 25, like that. So that time, the kids will need taking up the responsibility and need the freedom to execute those responsibilities. At that time, parents will only blessing. The husband and wife will has to bless the children, and children will grow for them, learn and grow. So when responsibility is given to them, blessings only is to be given, along with that to be given, and nothing else. Not poking in their freedom of their choice of freedom and their execution of their responsibility. So their lot of time will be there. So attaching to the spiritual activities like reading Srimad Bhagavatam and freedom from the children, and not poking into them, and taking care of the spiritual activities of our own. So detached metal and attached to spiritual. Even children don't like getting into each and everything by the parents sometimes, isn't it? And they also need the freedom. And if we start poking into them, we will be spoiling our time. So again, getting into the material activities. So they also need freedom, and that are also blessed for the this third phase of life to devote into the separate time for the spiritual activities. It is dedicated time for that. And also the last 25 years, that is prepare, pray and prepare, it's called as So in this moment, we have the person will have a total experience of the materialistic world. Lot of experiences will be there, lot of understanding will be there, and lot of thoughts will be there. And at this time, the body will be not cooperating, and at this time, heart is gold. That's what it is meant. Heart is gold. World is gold because of this. When world is gold becomes when it is connected to the Lord, the devotional service. So that time, prayerful thoughts will be there. So at the preparing for the receiving the death note. So that time there'll be prayerful thoughts like Prahlad Maharaj prayers, or Kunti prayers and Gajendra prayers. So these are all the prayerful thoughts usually comes at this age, and this will have the guidance for the next generation of their kids and the next generation. So this will set them how to lead a Grihastha life for at the last days. Because they will be having a very good material experience as well as spiritual experience, spiritual thoughts, and also at this moment they will be able to bless them and guide them. And along with this, at this age, usually we try to visit the holy places, dhams, or if not possible, living near the surrounding the temple areas, just like ISKCON temples. We have in our temple around 30-40 families have set up their houses there, and serving in the temple, guidance to them. So this is how it's supposed to be, like serving in the temple and sannyas ashram and these things. So these are the 4 sections. In this, what we were discussing about is a Grihastha life, that is a second and a third phase. So first and last phase, that is not much referred in this particular text actually. So first 25 years, engage and earn, he means taking responsibility. And in the third phase is giving responsibility. So detach and attach, giving responsibility, engage and earn, take responsibility. Sometimes it happens like this, like there'll be 2 extremes. A Grihastha person will be thinking that now I'm married and earning, and I'm taking care of the family, I'm very busy, so for spiritual activities I don't have time, so away from the spiritual life. And in the some cases, like there will be one more extreme, mentioning that marriage is Maya. So away from the emotions, and it has become like an artificial detachment actually. So both the extremes is not correct. It has to be balanced. So imbalanced is not imbalanced life will be. So to balance it, middle point is important. So to balance this in the Grihastha life, there is a very nice chapter in 7th canto, the Science of God. So in the 14th chapter, ideal family life, the discussion is given, Yudish Maharaj and Narada Muni. So there it is mentioned a lot of points. I think if time permits, I'll just quickly go through that. So there are 4 qualities for a good wife, and 3 qualities of a good husband for a balanced Grihastha life. So as I mentioned earlier also, how these 2 people, because from the different backgrounds, they'll come and they try to please the Lord, and staying together will have a lot of repercussions. So this, how do we solve this? The guidance is given. If these qualities are in us, then nothing like that, and the entire family can go back to Krishna. The first quality for the woman is given, like for a good wife, is chastity. I'll just go quickly. I think we have short of time. I don't know whether I'll be able to complete this, but let me try this. So chastity. During the young age, we all know what does this chastity mean. So the young age, before marriage, the girls will be chased the parents. Usually the little girls will be chased the parents like that. For example, supposed to be actually how it is cultured them. So that's how the output will be. So how the kids is taken care, and that how the kids will grow. So the chastity, for example, during the Devahuti case, when she heard about Kardama Muni from Narada Muni about his activities and about his achievements, she got so much attracted to him, and she got so much attracted and she wanted to marry him. But of course, it is not wrong getting attracted to a boy, but the way it is to be handled, that is what it means. She politely informed her parents. So this is what happens those days. I mean, nowadays also in the Vaishnava life, the kids will inform such things usually to their grandparents, and the grandparents will convince the parents. Sometimes it happens. So this is a Vedic life. So after informing the parents, they went and discussed, and they guided her, and they got married. So this is where Devahuti didn't cross the lines of the parents, laid by the parents, and that's how it is taken care. So this is chastity example before the marriage. But after the marriage, what to be chaste to whom? It's supposed to be the husband. So after marriage, chaste to husband, considering the husband as Lord's representative, Krishna's representative, and be submissive. Husband is everything for her, and no relationship other than husband, and no relationship with not concerned to husband, without any reference, nothing is done, and all servings to others also through the husband only. So this is how that chastity comes up. There are so many other points, but because of the time constraint, I just try to go quickly to cover up. And the second point supposed to be serving motive, submissively. So in today's life, we can see that sometimes the serving, like in the cooking and other parts, in some houses, there will be no kitchen at all. So there is no cooking at all, because both husband and wife will be working, and there is no serving at all. There is no cooking and serving, no offering. Sometimes in some cases it happens. So in those days, actually, the cook, after the cooking, after the offering, after that, the husband will be served with the food, and the wife will be sitting beside or standing beside and fanning. Beyond our imagination, isn't it? There are houses without kitchen nowadays, and how to imagine cooking, offering, and serving the husband with the prasadam and fanning. We'll just switch on the fan, that's all, or maybe AC. So this is recommended because when the serving is happening and fanning, it is not just the food is served, the relationship also is being bonded. The relationship also been built up. So Prabhupada says, Bhung te bhogis, and like when eating prasadam, sitting together and serving, that builds up the relationship strongly. So this is a service attitude, isn't it? When a wife is serving the husband, and the relationship is also built up. So it reminds a shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Tad Vidi Pranipatina Pariprashnena Sevaya. So Sevaya, service is very important. Service attitude is very important actually. But of course, in the other way also, in our modern lives, the husband will demand, you have to serve. Of course, that is also another extreme, which is not supposed to be. So when we see the example of Lakshmi ji in today's text. Purport Prabhupada mentions about this. Lakshmi Devi at the feet of Lord Narayana, not as Sivatma. It's love for Narayana actually, out of love and affection. But the Lord says that I have a place in my chest. You please come and stay here. But Lakshmi Devi says, no, I will serve you. She goes there. But in modern life, you serve. Sometimes the demands happens. And why should I serve? This other way also the answer will come. So this kind of relationship will bristle actually, and it may not be long last. It will be very difficult. So even one more pastime where Lord Rama, when he was supposed to go to the forest, he was planning for himself to go alone. But there, Sita Mata says, I will also join. But Lord Rama says, no, you don't have to come because punishment is only for me. I will go and experience it. But Sita Mata says, no, I am very much concerned. I will be with you. I have got married to you to serve you. And in the forest, when you are walking, I will go ahead of you and clean the path. I will remove the thorns so you can walk easily. I want to serve you. But Lord Ram says, no, you living in forest is not so easy. There will be a lot of wild animals and it will be a threat to the life and it will be very difficult. And you are so much comfortable in the palace and you are taken care so nicely in this. In your father and mother, they are taken care of you so nicely and I can't take you there. You may not get the proper food also. So, but Sita Mata says, no, I have to come and serve you there. In case if you don't take me, I will give up my life. That's what she says. She wants to lovingly and serve the Lord and she wants to go with him. So, of course, the Ram says that I was just testing you. Now you can join. I wanted to know intensity of your desire to come with me. So then they plan and they go out. So this is how it happens. The Sita is looking for the comforts of the Lord Rama, and Rama looking for the comforts of the Sita. So both mutual love and affection that should be there. Wife is always in the mood of serving, and husband is always in the mood of helping. So selfless attitudes is very important. This is actually the guna of the sattva guna. So this is a Vedic life actually, as per scriptures also. By serving husband, she will get the place in the heart of husband. So by serving, there is one understanding. By serving the husband, she captures or gains the heart of the husband, and with capturing, she will control him. So this is what happens actually. So serving is very important. Serving one of the quality, and next is the ego of the husband. So the girl will marry a boy, not just the boy, but the ego of the boy also, the ego of the husband also. Because ego of the husband, because he expects being that now wife and she has to serve me and to be taken care of other things. So this is actually Prabhupada writes in the purport during the conversation between Deyahuti and Kadma Muni. So there, the submissive is expected by the husband. So this husband brings the earnings, and that has to be recognized by the wife. So marriage, ego of the husband is also important. She has to sustain for that also. Considering like what is that you are earning, even I can earn, or even I can take care of the family better than you. This kind of thing is non-Vedic. Maybe sometimes in some cases, the earning capacity of the woman will be better than the husband, but that should not be seen in that angle. Otherwise, it is very difficult, and and it will be very difficult to lead the Grihastha life. So dependence on the husband is required. So in the beginning also there is chastity. There, depending on the parents, and after marriage, depending on the husband, is what is being expected. So both may be educated, for example, but both can be earnable. But when the discussion comes, or when understanding comes, it should not be taken like that, that even I can take care of the family, not just you. So there should be a serving motive also. So this kind of husband and wife, the ego of the husband has to be taken care, married. And the fourth one is very important, is not just the husband, even the in-laws, because that is the marriage is being taken care. So dealings with in-laws, because from different places, different families, new place, the in-laws will be different, people will be different, dealings will be different. It requires some time. So in-laws also should understand and give some time, space for her to get adjusted to it. So there should be one kala, it's an art of taking care of these things from both sides, in-laws, and the art of submissiveness to be there for her, and letting the in-laws in the front for whatever it is, and giving the credit to them, considering them as a queen of the family of the house. So this kind of submissiveness should be there. That's one of the quality, because the in-laws will be like mother-in-law, will be like elderly person, experienced, and it should be seen in a right attitude, not with you are old and I am young. There'll be a lot of age gap, understanding, so many things. And then from the same way, from the in-laws also, there should be possible that possessiveness. Because all this time he was my son, and my son is been driven by the wife now. So this will have a troublesome life for the husband actually. But when in-laws and the wife comes together and be friendly, that will be peaceful for all actually. So these are all the four qualities of a good wife actually, and there are three qualities. I'll just go quickly if possible. So what are the expectation for a good husband to be is for the protection. Protection includes physical and emotional both. In physical, there will be not exploiting her and protecting her actually. For example, when Rama went to reclaim the mother Sita when she was abducted, he didn't sit back and just keep quiet. He went, fought, made an entire army and fought with Ravana, and he brought her back. So this is what the protection is being expected. And there is another way of exploiting by others to be protected. So sometimes when a girl is going on the street, some people will look at her in a different manner. And that time when the husband comes beside her, and those who are looking at her in a different manner, they will just run away and they will just quit the place. So this is a protection that has to be given, bodily protection to be given to the wife. This is expected actually, physical and of course emotion. So emotionally also should be protected. Women will actually more emotional, and they will understand more emotional protection than the men. So this emotional protection has to be given to the woman for a proper understanding and proper Grihastha life. They not exploiting by others, and not exploiting by himself. Both ways, physically and emotionally, has to be protected. And another one is the provision. This is a very important quality. Is not just a marriage and just keep quiet. This requires a lot of earnings, taking care of her needs. And for this thing, the husband has to be able to earn, and he should not be just like an avaduta. Okay, now his marriage is over and everything is over. That's it, done. No, it's not like that. So you should be able to earn, taking care of the needs of the wife and not neglecting her, first of all, her requirements. So this is what happened in Puranjana's and Puranjani's relationship case. He neglected her and he just left for the hunting. And now he's coming back, and when he meets her, he's looking for her. So that is not to be neglected, actually. So balancing between earning and our devotional life, especially in the Vaishnava families, is sometimes it will be too much difficult, actually. So balancing is very much required. So between the family, between the profession and the devotional life, like a tripod, it has to be balanced for a Vaishnava Grihastha. This is very important. And expectations usually from wife will be nice house, dress, ornaments, proper food, and raising the children, and a gentle speaking husband. So these are the expectations usually by the good wife for the good husband. And the last one for the good husband is about the guidance. So he is supposed to be guiding like a compass, just like the boat. Compass means like guidance means like guide or direction, giving the path for the devotional life. So this is very much important. When a boat goes on the river or the ocean, it requires a compass. Without compass is very difficult, and this compass is actually the husband for the wife. And this compass also is compared as to the guru also. When Devahuti gives 3 examples for this, actually. Husband and guru is like an axe to cut this metal tree, which is the shadow of the spiritual world, to axe it. That is what it means, husband or guru. And next one is a transcendental eye. And the third one is the boat to cross over this material world. So guru and husband. So guidance has to come from guru or husband. So husband has to follow the guru, and wife will follow the husband, and children will follow the parents. And if this is going to happen, the entire family goes back to the Goloka without any doubt. But opposite to this, sometimes what happens, like husband get attracted, detached from the guru and attracted to the wife, and wife to the children, and children demanding, I want this, I want that. So unfulfilled life is downgraded. But the other way, when proper guidance is given, from the guru and from the husband, and husband is following the guru, and wife is following the husband, and children following the parents gratefully, that family will go to the Goloka. So very good material and spiritual guidance to the family for a spiritual direction is important. So this guidance is another quality for a good husband. Amrish Maharaj and his good wife Mahishya, even Mahishya, they were equally spiritual. How much we honor Amrish Maharaj for his spiritual achievements, in the same way, same respect can be given for even for wife Mahishya also, because she was equally spiritual, just like Amrish Maharaj. And even when we see Malaya Dwaja and Vaijayanti, they were also very successful couple. And like this, many successful couple we can see in our ISKCON families also. And we should learn from this kind of families, actually. For this happily devotional family, not like Puranjana and Puranjanis. Of course, in the future, what will happen, we will learn in the future classes. So these 4 qualities of a good wife and 3 qualities of a good husband makes happy life, happy Grihastha life. So the third phase and the fourth phase will go happily without any difficulties. So I have some more points to be discussed, which can give good lighting on this. But I think there is short of time. I have taken more time. Please forgive me. So this Puranjana and Puranjani's life was described to explain and to understand this not supposed to be. So we have to take the guidance from the Shastra, and for a happy family, happy life, we should be in a Grihastha life. The center of activity should be the Lord, pleasing Him. That's all the main thing is. I'll just end, just going quickly, which is Prabhupada says these 3 points very importantly. Husband should be protective, which we discussed. Wife should be chaste, we discussed. Children should be grateful for that to the parents. This is all makes a happy Grihastha family. And I also heard family which prays together stays together. Maybe you might have also heard about this. Family which dances together advances together. So all are welcome to ISKCON programs, and when during Kirtan, the entire family can dance together and advance together. And family which sings together, clings together. Family dines together, shines together. Between the couple, there should be divine couple. Otherwise, there is no family. It will become a Bruha Medi actually. So this is what I got to learn from the purport of Srila Prabhupada in this. And he gave very nice analogies and explanation for a Grihastha life. And he clearly mentions that devotional life should be center of all of Grihastha life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot for very wonderful class.
Any corrections? Or so I'm also trying to learn and lead. So any seniors or my friends can correct me in case if I'm spoken wrong. This was what the points I mentioned is all from in a discussion in a class given during the marriage. That's what I mentioned earlier. So there are so many other points, but unfortunately I don't have the time to give this. So any inputs or corrections, please let me know.
Krishna devotees, you have your lines are unmuted, so you can unmute and ask anything. But it was very nice class, Prabhuji. Like how you mentioned about the 4, describing the ages, like 4 ages, 4 stages, and what are the golden words or formula words. It was very nice, Prabhuji. Any other devotees? And at the end, the quotations, very nice, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Sivatma, Govinda, Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you for class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have one question. You mentioned that Bhakti Sukriti and Punya, they are different. Is it possible to explain with an example how Bhakti Sukriti is different from Punya, and how the activities under Bhakti Sukriti cannot be just like that deleted? Whereas Punya, we understand because we enjoy the fruits and then it get vanished. If you can explain a little more about Bhakti Sukriti.
Yes, Prabhu. So Punya or Papa, both are deletable accounts. Whereas Bhakti Sukriti, which has to be earned by devotional service, and Papa or Punya is not connected directly to the Lord. And whereas Bhakti Sukriti is connected everything to the Lord. That is what it calls Bhakti Sukriti, earned from the Bhakti. For example, when we have a what we can say like Punya Karma, or punya karma is acquired. To enjoy that punya, we need a life, and that will be in the upper planetary or the existing planet. And once that punya is got exhausted, we will come back to the old situation. Like for example, I have 100 rupees and I will go and spend money up to maximum 100. Once it is over, I will go back to my home or for earning other 100 rupees. In the same way, punya also will go to the lower planetary systems to experience that punya and papa. Once it is over, like minus 15, minus 14, minus 13, minus 1, 0, then again we come back to the normal life to gain those things. Whereas in Bhakti Sukriti, it is not like that. Bhakti Sukriti is always existence like a fixed asset, because it's always connected, eternally connected, that account. Did I clear it, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. And Ajnata Sukriti is also similar to Bhakti Sukriti, Prabhuji. Those people who are indirectly
different. Of course, maybe it's a part of the Bhakti Sukriti. Ajnata means without knowledge, I am getting that benefit. Sukriti. I can give the example of this Ajnata Sukriti. When a person is looking for the temple and is asking an atheist for the direction to the temple because he lost in the way, and the atheist knows where the temple is, ISKCON temple is, and he directs, go there, this is the temple. That's what he did. But the atheist also will get an Ajnata Sukriti because he directed the person to go to the temple. That is Ajnata Sukriti. Bhakti Sukriti, like doing devotional service and earning that Sukriti. And there is no reactions for this.